This is why being poor in America could literally kill you. Back in 2022, I went to university in America. Of course, moving to America was extremely expensive, so I needed some kind of source of income. Luckily, I was able to get a job in a small company. At that point, I was getting paid $25 an hour. As my schoolwork was ramping up, I wasn't able to come into Workers Mug. They took this as a sign of me not being a team player. Instead of firing me, what they did was they slashed my pay by $10 an hour, so I was now earning $15 an hour, and then, of course, they slashed my hours. So I went from working around 20 hours a week to around 2 or 3 hours a week. Yeah. This was absolutely monumental because it meant that I couldn't afford even the basic thing. In America, there is no safety blanket. Now, my university did have like a food pantry thing where if you're kind of running low on money, then you can go and ask them and they'll just give you a bag of food, right? Which in itself, I thought was very strange. Now, I've only been to one university in England and we didn't have like a food bank at the university, but I could be wrong, please let me know if I'm wrong, but I don't think that's a thing in England. I was by far not the only student to be going through this. So during my whole 2 years at university, 2 people had fainted in class due to not eating that day. Part of the reason for this is because you can't buy food in America that's not in bulk. You have to buy a big bottle of shower gel. You won't find shower gel in New York for under sort of $6. It doesn't exist. A lot of the time, students were coming in without jackets and coats and it was in the middle of winter because they just could not afford jackets and coats. A lot of the time, the teachers would pick out a student. If they were either fainting or feeling faint in class, they'd go to the vending machine and then buy them something to eat so that they didn't faint. Teachers should not be having to feed their students. It is decidedly worse for Americans. So in England, we have something called a benefit system. Therefore, if you don't have a job or if you lose your job or for whatever reason, the government will give you an allocated sum of money every month depending on your circumstances. In America, they do have something called welfare, but it is very, very different. So my friend, while we were out there, actually lost her job, unfortunately. And me being naive English Benji said to her, oh, it's fine, you can just go on welfare. And she told me, no, I can't. And I was very confused because surely anyone can go on welfare. No. Apparently there's a lot of boxes you have to check before they even think about giving you welfare. So you have to have worked for a certain amount of time, you have to not have been fired. If you don't check those boxes, you're on your own. I know that the British system isn't perfect. I know that benefit system, has a lot of problems with it, but be bloody thankful that it exists in the capacity that it does. Because if you want to have the American system, good luck with that. As a British citizen, it is so easy to forget how good we actually do have it in some respects. I mean, again, like I say, England is not a perfect country. But riddle me this, would you rather live in the UK system or would you rather live in the US way? Anyway, I would love to know what you guys think because I think this is just a fascinating issue and obviously people have differing opinions, so I want to know yours. Also, if you like this kind of content, then please feel free to give me a follow.